Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome back to Movies A to Z Month here on my channel. Now we get to another Dirty Harry movie. This is from 1976, directed by James Fargo, and that's the third one in the series because Magnum Force is the second one, but I'm going to review it out of order because everything is alphabetical order. And that is The Enforcer. Yes, right there, right on the third one. Yeah, I just recently saw this movie again, and it still holds up. It's a lot shorter than the first movie. It's about 90 minutes, 96 minutes. So it's about like 8 or 9 minutes shorter than Dirty Harry. So yeah, let me read the synopsis, which is because it's not on the back. All of these movies is just the credits on the back. In Marine County, two gas company men are lured by a scantily clad woman. Yeah, who won't fall for that? To a remote spot in Mill Valley and killed by Bobby Maxwell. He's the main villain in this. He's also a creepy guy with long hair, just like in the first movie. Maxwell's gangs of People's Revolutionary Strike Force plan to use the gasman's uniforms and vans as a part of an ambitious series of crimes that will make them rich. Inspector Harry Callahan, Dirty Harry, and his partner Frank DiGiorgio, or John Mitchum, after dealing with a man who was pretending to suffer a heart attack to obtain a restaurant meal and ambulance ride, arrive at a liquor store where robbers have taken hostage. And basically, the film goes from there. I mean, he has a female partner in this movie, which is played by the woman that was in Spider-Man: Homecoming, the old lady that was talking to Michael Keaton in the beginning. That's her. That's what's her name? Tin Daly. She plays Inspector Kate Moore. Yeah, the first female inspector in the franchise. And yeah, of course, her fate is sealed at the end. But this is going to contain spoilers, so if you don't want it spoiled, I guess you can you can just see the movie for yourself before you see this review. And anyway, yeah, the movie is very fast paced. The action is still really good. James Fargo knows how to do a lot of stuff. He his it's still very violent. This movie does have some racism in it, so be prepared if you don't want to hear. Well, they don't say the N word, but they do say some white slurs in the movie that might take you out of it a little bit. So just to let you know, because when there's a scene where Clint Eastwood goes into a black area in a barbershop to ask some questions, and then they, of course, say some racial slurs. So you know what you're getting into. And it's the '70s, so back then there was a lot of racism, kind of like now, but it's mostly towards white people. But anyway, the film, yeah, it's still very dark. The villain is still creepy and intimidating. The deaths are still pretty brutal. The atmosphere of the movie is still there. It's still in San Francisco. And like I said, the action when it's there, it's really well shot. It's well edited. It's not, they don't chop it down to cater to children. No, these movies were never meant for kids, including the first one and all the sequels. They're a hard R, and they've earned it. There's also some nudity in the film as well, so be prepared for that. And yeah, but the film is done. It's done very well. And it says this is one of the negative reviews of it, which I don't think it deserves that negative reviews. The big name of Clint Eastwood, a lot of gore and howling sirens, and the urge to rail at various liberal notions are not enough to make even a passable movie out of The Enforcer. Really, this isn't passable, and the Taken sequels are, or Avatar, or freaking other movies where there's way too much CG. Just saying, this is much better than a lot of the action thrillers I've seen in the last 10 years that weren't called John Wick or Die Hard or something like that. Yeah. Now, Roger Ebert, before he passed away, called it the best of the Dirty Harry as striking a balance between action and humor. Yeah, and this movie also has a sense of humor. It's not as grim as the first movie. There's some humor that works here and there. And Clint Eastwood knows how to deliver lines. I mean, there's a line he says that I like that he calls this guy a son of a bitch. Though I love the way he says it. Yeah, it's really badass the way he says it. Sometimes in the previous films, yeah, Gene Siskel gave the film 2 out of 4 stars and wrote the major disappointment is its disjointed script. Yeah, there's some disjointment. It doesn't feel. In some scenes, it feels like there's a little bit of padding, and And they said, "Oh, people criticize it for the level of violence." I'm like, it's an R-rated action crime thriller from the '70s. Were you expecting Mickey Mouse? Were you expecting sparks like in Power Rangers when they get hit? There's no blood; it's just sparks. No, this is a hard R. All of these movies are hard R. So if you're looking for something to, laugh at while you're watching it, yeah, this isn't the movie for you guys. Trust me. People said the same thing about RoboCop, and that got an X rating before it got an R rating in the '80s. Levels of violence don't bother me unless it's like violence towards women or rape or something like that. That's not needed in a movie. That just is very inhumane and just awful. But yeah, it says Eastwood's performance in the third installment was overshadowed by positive reviews given to Daly as a strong-minded female cop. But I don't think she steals the movie from him. She's a valuable character. She's a female, but doesn't have to say it every 5 minutes like Batwoman, and she delivers. She's a good actress, so that's all I can ask for. She says, yeah, and she also followed up after this. She did a TV show called Cagney and Lacey, which was from the late '70s, early '80s. And the thing is that I do like the film's diversity. It's not just a bunch of white people fighting a bunch of white villains. There's some diversity in it. You have a woman and you have some black people in the film as well. And also the black guy from the first movie that he points to Magnum, he's also in this movie again. So that's a nice callback to the first one. And it says it was the most profitable of the Dirty Harry series for 7 years until sudden impact in the early '80s. When you're going into an R-rated movie, listen, don't don't take the precautions for granted. If it's a hard R, don't take your kids. If it's a hard R, don't expect Mickey Mouse. If it's a hard R or mature rating, like in the streaming services like Netflix and and Hulu, don't expect Mickey Mouse. Expect something brutal to happen, either harsh language or nudity or blood or gore or just disturbing images or drug use. There's always going to be something that offends people because people are like that. It's in their nature to question everything. Like, why is this movie so violent? Why is it so dark? Why is it this? Why is there so many jokes in a Marvel movie? Because that's the kind of films that they are. These films are never pretending to be something they're not. It's not like Eastwood is a man and then he's like, "Oh no, I was a transgender the whole time." That would just take me out of it. I would be like, "No, that would be a stupid twist." And like I said, the movie is entertaining. If you're looking for a dark, entertaining action thriller through these dark times, and it's a lot lighter because there's nothing about viruses or epidemics or anything in these films. So these are definitely for you if you're an adult. If you're a kid, keep watching your Disney Channel stuff and Disney Plus because you're not going to find anything family friendly in these films. Any of them. That includes the Deadpool and Gran Torino, which is an unofficial movie in the series, but it's a different character, I would say. But these movies are really good. The Enforcer is definitely a worthy sequel, and it's the third one. But I like it because it's short and sweet. It's not 2 hours. It goes by quick, and you enjoy yourself. If you can enjoy a dark R-rated movie, again, levels of violence. If it's R, it's going to have that. That's like complaining if Deadpool 3 comes out that after the Fox merger with Disney and it's violent. I'm like, that's the kind of character he is. You can't change what is. What is will be. Sorry, people. I'm heterosexual. That will never change because it's trendy to be bisexual or queer or whatever. No, I like women and that's all I like. And there's a woman in this movie. Granted, she's no Scarlett Johansson, but she's delivers and she's young and she actually can act, which is a better turn on than sexy women that can't act. And I have plenty of freaking examples of that. So anyway, that's my review of the Enforcer. Yes, there are some disjointed moments here and there in the middle, and I don't like what happens to Daly's character at the end. But other than that, it's still a very entertaining movie. It's basically the first one trimmed a little bit shorter, and it goes by quick, guys. It's not going to cost you too much time. So if you see these movies, if they're on Hulu or on Amazon Prime or whatever, watch them. You're not going to get Barney the dinosaur here. This is not hugging everybody because guess what? The world is a very dark place, people. If you didn't know that, this year will definitely show you that. We'll reveal that with in freaking spades. But anyway, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I don't want to bum you out. I'm here to entertain. That's what I'm here for. So thanks for watching my videos and my podcast with my friends. We appreciate your support. Go support my friends. Subscribe to them You leave your comments about the movie, not about your political beliefs. Just keep it on topic. Later, guys.